Now for the next thing we should be discussing under the female reproductive system diseases is the various tests you might actually want to do to confirm syphilis and HIV. Tests for syphilis and HIV. So this test, I think, is more of like laboratory stuff. Okay, images to follow, So syphilis and HIV are usually diagnosed through blood and fluid-based tests. So most of them is like this. It's only when you're having complications of organs that you might actually want to do all those imagings. Do you understand? So go through the different types of tests that are done for syphilis, and also go through the different types of tests that are done for HIV. Then I think we'll call that a close. So test for syphilis. Syphilis is caused first of all by what? The Treponema pallidum. So you might actually want to do non-treponemal tests. Those ones are screenings. So tests like the Venereal disease research laboratory test, the rapid plasma Reagin test. So those ones, they basically dictate antibodies produced because what? There is a damage to the cells because of syphilis. So if there is damage to the cell, the body usually produces antibodies to fight. So those tests will help you to dictate those possibly what produce antibodies. Then we have the treponemal test, include the fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption test, the treponemal pallidum particle agglutination test, then enzyme immunoassays. So those ones basically, they dictate antibodies that are very specific to the treponemal pallidum. It's not due to what? The cell damage caused by it now. Those antibodies are now what? 100% very specific to what? The organism causing the issue. Yes, we also have the direct dictation, where you have the dark field microscopy, can visualize the bacteria directly. Then also polymerase chain reactions, which is very specific for the what? The bacterial DNA, can also help you to pinpoint that particular bacteria is there. Okay, so for HIV, the different types of tests you might actually want to do for HIV, you have the screening tests like antibody tests like ELISA, that's enzyme immunosorbent assays, then immunoassays. We have the rapid test, we have the combination test, which can dictate both HIV antibodies and the P24 antigens. Alright, so from the screening test, you have the what? Confirmatory test. So the confirmatory test, those ones are away from the screening. Sorry, let me write something down. So those ones are away from the screening stuff, you understand? So we have the Western blot, we have the test, HIV1 and HIV2 differentiation immunoassays. Then we have tests for nucleic acids. Okay, nucleic acid test can dictate HIV RNA directly. Okay, so that's what we have for the different laboratory tests that you might actually want to do to diagnose or dictate syphilis and HIV and AIDS.